favorite segments, possibly my favorite, on this show allows us to go from city to city, discovering the people and organizations bringing positive change to their communities. Our second annual search for the Good Neighbor of the Year continues right now. Guest is showing kids how to process trauma and avoid, bless you, I don't know if that was a sneeze, but bless you, and avoid dangerous situations through the power of hip-hop. Let's welcome Memo, the founder of Beat Street AZ, along with the local newscaster who nominated him, Fox 10 Phoenix anchor Syleste Rodriguez. Give it up, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm gonna start with you, just because, Celeste, you run across so many stories, so why did this one stand out for you?
You are gonna love Memo. Everybody is going to. He is a hero both in our community, as so many police officers are, and he really has helped children process through trauma in new ways. What do kids love? They love music. They love hip hop. They love dance and breakdancing. And he does that through Beat Street AZ. And it's amazing to see the transformation over the last decade or so that he's made with so many of these young children. And when you think about it, a lot of them are gonna grow up, have families of their own, and they're gonna contribute to society in new ways because of what he's done. And it's pretty amazing. You're gonna love him, he's so great.
Oh, I love you already. And first of all, thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Appreciate that.
Yes. And I have to say, like, what happened? Like, what inspired you to start Beat Street?
So I was born in Medellin, Colombia, so I'm not from here. Thank you.
We didn't even plan that, by the way. You and Manuel being on the same show, that was amazing. Yeah, look at that, look at that.
So with that being said, my family unfortunately had ties to the cartel, and when we migrated here down the road, my 17-year-old cousin was murdered, who I idolized and introduced me to hip hop. So with that, the detectives that took the case, when they came to the house, it was the first time in my childhood that I felt protected, some sorts, and that was kind of the inspiration for me to like seek a career in service, and when I wanted to become a police officer. And with that, you know, I went on to join the ranks of NYPD, and I worked at 7-3, which is in Brownsville, Brooklyn, here in New York. And also responded on 9/11 and part of the search and recovery efforts. But the point being that as a police officer, we face a lot of trauma. And like for me, there was an epiphany, if you will, when very early in my career, kind of what spearheaded me down the path of trauma-informed care, where I responded to a drive-by of a 2-year-old that was murdered, and the siblings were there that witnessed their brother get murdered. And it was in that moment that it was just kind of like full circle, because I remember what it felt like when my cousin was murdered. In the aftermath, kind of what settled in was the fact that, you know, I know I'm here to enforce laws and make arrests, but then I thought of those kids, and that's kind of when as an officer, I need to do more than just, you know, enforce laws. I need to help kids process some of this trauma, and how can I do that? Hence, you know, the creation of a group like Beat Street AZ.
God, you have such a great heart, and I'm sorry. That's a lot of loss. Why hip-hop? Why did you feel like that would be the vessel? So
for me, it was, I went through a lot, especially when my cousin was murdered, as far as anger and just acting out and, you know, teenagers. So, with that being said, hip-hop culture, he's the one that introduced me to it, and I fell in love with the music. I was a b-boy. I used to break dance a lot.
Look at you!
It's the hat.
It's the hat.
Yes.
That's when I had hair. So, but ultimately, it was a way for me to channel my emotions and just kind of process a lot of the trauma that I was dealing with. And it became an obsession. And so for me, I felt like it kind of saved my life, because I could have gone down a very dark path. And unfortunately, fortunately I didn't. And so for me now, with working with my kids, I kind of want to give them the same thing that I had.
Take us through how the program works. Like, how does it happen?
So we work with other schools, and you start out with the MC class. So the MC classes teach effective communication. We get the kids to write lyrics about their trauma. It's amazing. You know, we make them perform it, because it's the effective communication.
That's so therapeutic.
Yes, it's extremely therapeutic, and they get to talk about it. So ultimately, they write their lyrics. Then from there, when we do that, then we couple it with the DJ class, which is where we teach music production, and they get to, you know, work on software, make their own beats, and they ultimately create their own songs where they get to, you know, perform the song in front of the class. And then when we segue over to the graffiti class, you know, we use art as a means for them to self-express, again, dealing with whatever trauma they're going through. as well as the music. And with that, they learn graphic design, and we couple the graphic design with the graffiti where they design their album cover. So they're basically making their music, their song to the album cover.
So cool, the whole package.
Yeah, the whole package.
And it's all like creative outlets.
Yes, and it's beautiful, and these kids are super creative. And then ultimately we end with the breakdance class, which is where we kind of emphasize, you know, through motion, and it's just, for me at least, it was a way of self-expression, and we emphasize, we emphasize fitness and exercise and nutrition, and they choreograph a little piece, and they record their video to their music, to their song, and then we put on a talent show at the end.
That's so cool! Like, what kind of changes have you seen in these kids? And it's got to change in one because they're getting it out. Like physically, you're doing all the things, like artistically, physically, all these things. That you've got to see such change in them.
So yeah, a lot of our kids come in, and there's multiple categories that you see as far as trauma, whether it's you're going through, you know, separation, abuse, neglect, addiction, or somebody at home with mental health. So a lot of these kids are reclused, and it's one of those things, you know, especially for me working as a police officer, I get to pick up on some of these signs, and you know, they're very disconnected from society, which can be very dangerous. So for me, at the end of this class, when we're done with them, we kind of see the opposite, where they start to find some self-worth, a little bit of growth, and you know, they kind of come out of their shells. And then as a success story, one of my first kids from almost 10 years ago, he's now running for AZ House of Representatives.
Oh my God. It's so cool, man. It changes the trajectory of these people's lives and then all their families' lives. I love a great domino effect.
Thank you.
Right now, a bunch of the students in the program are getting ready to put on a showcase. Let's take a peek at what's going on there. Here's Sour the Kid. Hi.
Hey, how's it going, Kelly? Blessings to you and everyone in New York.
Yes, thank you.
I'm about to spit you a little something real quick.
All right.
All right. I know your heart been beating for obvious reasons. I know. Thank God that I'm breathing, and may nothing weaken my soul. Beat street we eating. Past traumas ruin my thinking. Barely even sleeping. My problems mixing with dreams. And this line's for Memo. No surprise, he made a good neighbor. He at the Kelly Clarkson Show right now. No time to do no favors. So my issues in the rhyme, and now I'm dodging all them haters. And until the next time, tell them bye. See you later.
Yeah. We also have Celeste colleague, Fox 10 Phoenix anchor Desiree Fluellen hanging out on the scene. So Desiree, like, tell us more about what's going on there.
Hey, Kelly, we are here at NFL Yet Prep in South Phoenix, where Beach Street AZ runs their program, one of the many schools, really. And you heard Memo talk about the 4 pillars of the program, one of them being MCing and Sour the Kid. We just saw all of that amazing talent on display. Tell us how the MC courses have really changed you.
Beach Street AZ, when I was grieving over my Theo's loss 4 years ago to gun violence, writing was something that I always would go to. Putting my feelings on that paper helped me heal in a way. So, and also performing, when I would perform, it would make me feel free. So that's my coping mechanism even to this day.
And music is so powerful. He's got a piece of his Tio right there on his arm too, you guys. And listen, do you hear it? You hear the beat? It's still going, right? Look at this, you guys.
All right.
We got Ariana on the DJ deck here. Ariana is a member of Beach Street and has even worked her way up through the program. So Ariana, I'll have you come up here and tell me how you say Beach Street has really changed you as a person. How so?
So Beach Street for me was a great opportunity for me to be able to express myself using music and just keep myself out of trouble. Now that I'm on the board, I get to do that for other kids.
And that's amazing, you get to give back. So really coming full circle, you can see there in Ariana's experience. And look at this, the 3rd pillar, you guys, they are graffiti artists and creating artwork for us this morning. Gianluca, tell me what you're creating and how is it representative of Arizona and Phoenix?
So basically what I'm creating is an album cover using graffiti. I wanted to represent my state of Arizona because it has such a bright future. Growing up, I had a lot of family problems and that led to a low self-esteem. But just being able to release my emotions and my feelings and put it onto a canvas, it really brings the joy out of me and relieves the stress that I left behind.
And representative with the Phoenix, with the 602, even in the colors. And then next we have breakdance. As you know, breakdance originated on the streets of New York City, a very special place to Memo. And Ariana, if we could, can you drop the beat? We're gonna watch them perform, you guys.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go. Is Gian Giancarlo, almost hard not to move with them, right? Once we see them get started. You're newbie to Beach Street AZ. How does it feel to see all of your peers put their talent on display?
It's just super exciting just to see everybody in action. I just had my first class, and I'm just super excited to push myself creatively and be a part of every aspect of Beach Street.
So we love it. There you have it, you guys. Beach Street AZ. We've got MCing, the DJing, graffiti, and of course, you can't forget the breakdance.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
So there you have it, the full talent of Beach Street on display.
Thank you to everyone there. This is so cool what you're doing for these kids. What's next? What's next in store?
So when we first started Beach Street, we had a site where we were able to host our classes. You know, we lost some funding and it got a little too expensive, so we lost it. But like hip hop, we persevered.
Yeah.
So we transitioned to a mobile model. So hopefully down the road, we'd like to bring our site back where we can host more students and more programming.
Like an actual space.
Yes,
Yeah,
an
this
actual
just
space.
shows. Well, we reached out to our friends from the music creation platform Splice. They deliver music creators the sounds and tools they need to bring their ideas to life. They want to help you inspire more youth to create, so they're going to donate $10,000 to help out. Just to help out. Oh, my God.
Thank you so much.